We're very excited to launch our hero product, the Brain Protect, which is at the forefront of really of taking care of what we just discussed. And
Hmm.
in terms of the business plan, yeah, we have been on Amazon, and we've seen an increase in revenue and an increase in subscription in our subscription model. It's important.
All right, team. So that red light came on. This is high pressure podcasting. A lot of people, they bounce, they get real nervous and they leave. Do you guys want to go forward with this, or do you want to leave? It's up to you.
Let's rock and roll.
And they're in. They're going to go forward with it. Yay! Well, now that we've got them in, let's go ahead and start with. Let's hear your 90-second pitch, who you are and what your company does.
All right. So my name is Neta, also go by Nate. This is Maya and Tahiro. We started Tahiro back in 2017. A good friend of mine and my husband has had very unfortunate cases of in the family, both his father and grandfather dealing with dementia. And we kind of got exposed to that world and how heartbreaking it is. And we started really a journey of kind of like understanding and finding. Through that journey we recruited really like top scientists in the areas of neuroscience and neurobiology and nanotechnology. And we've been working on Tahiro and Tahiro's formulas ever since. And we're very excited to launch our hero product called Brain Protect. It's a nano omega 5 combined with different ingredients such as cinnamon or validated hemp oil. And really, everything we do is about brain health. And that's kind of like our goal, together with the supplements and knowledge pieces, a lot of knowledge base and practices we have on our website. And this is kind of like the journey we're on, and we're very excited about what we can do together.
It's awesome. So we've got the origin story here. So let's talk a little bit about like what is it? For our people that are listening, they're not seeing anything right now. They haven't been to the website. Kind of walk us through. What are we talking? Is this a powder form? Is it a pill? What does it kind of look like?
So over the last, I would say, 5 years, we've developed a nano-formulated omega-5, which is also punicic acid. It's derived from pomegranate. Both the seeds and the shells contain a very strong antioxidant. And what we did with a unique delivery system is to be able to formulate it in a way that it can actually target where we're trying to go, which is the brain, and trying to fight or combat, I should say, the oxidative stress and a lot of the causes that lead to neurodegeneration and lead to reduce communication between neurons. We've been investigating and studying and developing that formula. Like I said, for a few years, it's patent pending. And what's patent pending is the delivery system. And yeah, that's
Yeah. Yeah, so Maya, let's kind of pivot over to you. We haven't heard you speak yet on this. So tell us how it feels for you to be working on a project that is as personable as it is, and just let's hear about your journey a little bit as to how you've gotten into this and what it means for you to be working on this project. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about maybe the team members that you went out and found. So obviously you're getting into this, you're starting to think about the plans and know what you're trying to get at, right? Just helping the brain and dementia. So, but how do you start to find team members? What are the first steps? If somebody else is out there like with an idea, like how did you guys know where to go? Just how did that start to work? How did you think about the people you wanted to find to help with this mission? Yeah.
So I would add that these professionals we came, which is Professor Decho Sayov and Dr. Ronit Chaltiel, both really shared our vision about how important it is to start tackling this issue early. We know that the research shows that this process of dementia, or what we see at the end, is so when you and I see someone, and unfortunately we might see someone who's diagnosed with dementia, or God forbid Alzheimer, or one of those, the process in the brain starts sometimes 20 to 25 years earlier.
Hmm.
And what we end up seeing is just the end result. And both Oded and Ronit shared our vision about really how important it is to try and tackle this as early as possible,
Hmm.
and really bring that to the forefront of brain health and brain care. If you look at the statistics of the World Health Organizations and other organizations in that world, you will see that we're facing a pandemic of really these like dementia cases and Alzheimer cases. As our medicine become better and better at extending and increasing lifespan, we know how to take care of the heart, we know how to take care of blood pressure, many different areas. Well, the brain is a bit behind when it comes to that. And not only that, it's so complex, and it's what end up happening is that we extend the lifespan, not the life quality
Sure.
sometimes. So
Right.
people do live longer, but when it comes to our brains, with processed foods, the stress
Hmm.
levels, the screens, all of the things that we all intuitively know, the brain get left behind. And this was something that was major for us. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect of it is that Oded and Onit combined together are involved, or were involved in companies that are worth over $1 billion altogether. So it's not just about bringing the science, it's also understanding how it can be made into a business. As we see businesses trying to be part of the solution and not just the problem. And this is kind of like where Tahiro is trying to position itself. And we've been working on developing this concept of three pillars really that we focus on. One is the supplement aspects of things. The other, which is we look at it like taking care of the hardware. The other two, I should say, is knowledge, so we can understand what's actually happening. And the research also show when you understand something, there's a higher chance that you'll stay consistent with the solution for it. And the third pillar are practices that we're currently working on developing and implementing into the website, where people practices like Sudoku, like crossroad puzzles, things that help keeping the mind, keeping the brain active and a challenge for the most part.
Right. And I think, now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've read and researched, this is a product that you're taking prior to having dementia, right? Almost preventative a little bit more than something like you already have dementia, maybe you're in your 80s or 90s, and right. So just want to make sure that we're crystal clear and telling people when you would really want to use Tahiro, if you're thinking about this. Oh, right. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. And let's talk about maybe like who is in your guys' mind like this customer profile. Obviously you're mentioning age, but is it somebody that might have a history of this in their family? Is it kind of for just anybody? Like how do you sort of think about really the customer profile for your product?
So really, if like it depends really if it's from our vision and our mission, kind of like that
Hmm.
answering that question.
Yeah.
Then if you have a brain, then you should consider it. And what we have seen is that mostly people that have experience, either as caretaker or someone in the family that has gone through something like that, they're probably more aware to how horrifying of an experience that might be, and willing to to take preventative action in order to to protect their brains, their mind. And so that's kind of like what we have been seeing, but our goal is to bring that awareness to everyone. We see people caring for their bodies and going to
Hmm.
the gym, and all of it is super super important. But we have to make sure that we're taking care of our brain and our brain cells as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's pivot over a little bit, maybe to just the business plan itself, right? How do you guys think about pricing, getting customers? Like, what does that sort of look like, in your landscape?
So when it comes to our business plan, what we have been seeing is that over the last 36 months, or I should say 24 months, we have seen like a beautiful LTV of around $350 for a customer. And we do understand that people that start taking it, and it is important to know that Brain Protect is a product we're just launching. We have a whole set of products that is designed and formulated to support the brain, whether it's sleep, whether it's your stress, whether it's your plant-based omega-3. These are all
Hmm.
products that are part of our product line that came to support that mission. And like I said, we're very excited to launch our hero product, the Brain Protect, which is at the forefront of really of 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 taking care of what we just discussed. And
Hmm.
in terms of the business plan, yeah, we have been on Amazon, and we've seen an increase in revenue and increase in subscription, in our subscription model. It's important to know we haven't really done any like big marketing campaigns yet, as most of our kind of like of our attention, our resources was really to develop these products and the line of products, getting all our IP in place, getting
Hmm.
all of that, and that's what we're gearing up to. We're gearing up towards scaling. We have tested, and it was important for us to get feedback from real customers over
Hmm. Hmm.
time, and that kind of like happened organically for the most part. But now it's time to crank it up.
Yeah. So you mentioned, I think, just a little bit of it, but let's maybe put a bit more of a focus on this go-to-market strategy. Is it direct to consumer off of websites, Amazon, BNC stores, maybe, big distribution? Like, where do you sort of see your go-to-market strategy for Tahiro?
So for sure, we are looking at direct to consumer at this point. We have had some negotiations, and something that we are open to
Hmm.
wholesale product. We have discussed a little bit some licensing deals, and there are different markets that are interested in the formula. So yeah, that's for the most part, but we are looking at the direct to consumer as our main channel at the moment, and we think that with the traction we can get there, the opportunities are there, and the doors, we already know that there is an interest,
Hmm.
but we are looking to focus on the direct to consumer channel at the moment.
Yeah. What are some of the risk factors right now, or some of the stuff keeping you up at night? Is it supply chains? Is it regulatory? Is it fundraising? Like, what could be probably all of those? But what's the number one thing that's kind of keeping you up and just, hey, we got to really hit this, the rest of this year, early next year? Is it maybe, Christmas sales this year, or holiday sales? Is it something like that? Walk us through maybe some of the risk factors right now.
So I'll talk about factors in a second, but what really keeping me up at night is the fact that there are so many people that can benefit from a product like ours, and they're not
Hmm.
aware of it yet.
Yeah.
And we know that every day that goes, and every week that go, every month that go, it's an impact that we can make, and we can make it for good, and we can really affect people in the long term. So that's what keeping me up at night. Everything else I'm dealing with, it's business. But Yeah, definitely. Like we are looking at, we have done preclinical, like Maya mentioned, in vivo, in vitro trials, and in vivo, meaning preclinical trials. We are looking at moving forward, and that's probably part of the capital will raise, be used towards start moving towards clinical trials. And definitely regulatory is something that we're always, have to be
Hmm.
aware of. And so that's one aspect of things. When it comes to supply chains, and we're manufacturing in the US, I don't see it as a big risk factor. And, always with manufacturing, there can be some like some little bumps and things that we're confident we'll deal with. And so, yeah, that's probably
That's the big ones.
where it's at. Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's talk a little bit about just milestones, KPIs. Like, what are you hoping to have? Like, where do you see yourself next year, maybe 3 years out and 5 years out? What does that roadmap look like in the pitch deck right now?
Yeah. Oh.
Maya's
And
hunting it.
so
She's putting it back. She's taking it back.
yeah, I'll take it. So, what we're hoping to achieve, and we're finally finalizing our roadmap, and we hope to, to share it with the audience.
Hmm.
But we are looking at really growing sales, and obviously raising capital. That's our kind of like our immediate target.
Hmm.
And we want to use those funds for the most part to grow our top of the funnel. We have seen an amazing retention over the last couple of years, like I
Hmm.
mentioned. And so really it's growing top of the funnel. That's our main goal. Our goal by next year is to really be at scale within the US. And
Hmm.
then we hope for the following year. We already started working on the regulatory aspects of really expanding to additional markets.
Hmm.
Canada, the EU, Latin America, those are all big markets, Mexico,
Hmm.
but it does take some regulatory, yeah,
Some hurdles, the
efforts.
regulatory hurdles. Yep. Hurdles and efforts.
Yeah.
Yep. We got to get through it. Yep.
Like I mentioned, I don't think we can talk about it too much about the clinical aspect of it, right? Yeah. So we are looking, like I mentioned, to go in a very interesting route with the clinical trials, and there are a lot of organization across the world that we share their mission, and our goal was to like I said, businesses create business that becomes part of the solution. There
Hmm.
are different organizations that are not necessarily for profit, that share those that vision or those missions. And so that's also within the roadmap for the next 2 years. And like I said, our IP is for the delivery system. So
Hmm.
once we've achieved those probably first kind of like 3 milestones, we will look at additional formulas that are based on the same delivery system.
Yeah, that's awesome. So right now, you guys are fundraising using equity crowdfunding. You have a Reg CF campaign going over. How did you guys think? Okay, that's going to be a good vehicle for us. We should try it. Just what was some of the conversations maybe prior to of like, hey, let's put our toes in those waters.
So we have started. Go ahead, Maya.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and also we trust that the people that will join our crowdfund will be ambassadors and people that
Hmm.
can make an impact not just from themselves by starting this journey of short and long term brain health, but
Hmm.
also really make an impact through their ownership in Tahiro, and really make a big difference Like Maya mentioned, this is kind of like our main vision when decided whether we want to go raise capital privately, or VCs, or we want to go with the crowdfunding route, and that made a lot of sense to us.
Yeah, it's super smart. I mean, you guys want to build a community, you want to build affiliates, you want to build people who believe in it, right? Are using it, and this is the best vehicle for it. So where should we send people if they're interested, they're hearing some of this, they're hearing the clips? Where should we send people? How do they get involved and learn more about what you guys are working on? First one, that's the best one to go to. Yeah. Is there any
So
socials or anything else that they can connect with you guys on?
So like I mentioned, you can go to tahiro.com. They'll see one of the tabs in the menu is invest, or they can go directly to invest.tahiro.com. And social, or like it's Tahiro Wellness on all social platforms: Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And we do have some content on YouTube where it's more educational, and with Dr. Patricia Shelton, or she's a neuroscientist, she's an MD, or a medical communicator, which is one of our goals to, to make the not that knowledge, the research, all of that accessible. So we do have some videos where she shares some of the articles and talk about that. Yeah, if they want my personal WhatsApp, if they want like text messaging, whatever it is, we're here for that.
Well, for everybody listening, I'm going to have in the show notes links and stuff for you guys to click on. So obviously, you guys are into what they're working on, into this project, go click on those right now. This is a great conversation. This is actually very personal to me. I know I've probably told you guys this, but I'm very into brain health. I do hot yoga 3 times a week. I am all about meditation and keeping this thing up here as solid as possible. So I love what you guys are working on. I think it's an amazing project, and I'm excited to be along for the journey and watching you guys grow and all stuff. So listeners out there, please go click on this, check it out. And again, thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate you.
Thank you.